Chapter 8. Life Goes On. 2 weeks after her husband's death, Jackie and her children moved out of the White House. At first, the family stayed in Washington, but their new home soon became a tourist attraction. People lined up outside her house trying to catch a glimpse of Jackie and her children. Cars and tour buses clogged the streets, plus the city held too many memories for Jackie, so she decided to move to New York City to start a new life. But even far from Washington, it was hard to find privacy. Reporters and photographers constantly tried to interview Jackie and snap photos of the Kennedys. Jackie taught Caroline and John to ignore the flashing cameras. She taught them to be independent and to follow their own interests. Still, as hard as she tried, Jackie could not forget that fateful day in Dallas. She began to rely more and more on her brother-in-law, Bobby Kennedy. He became a father figure to Caroline and John Jr. And Bobby relied on Jackie too. When he ran for a Senate seat from New York, Jackie helped him with his speeches, just like she once had done for Jack. Bobby won the election on November 3rd, 1964. Besides spending time with Bobby, Jackie also found companionship in Aristotle Onassis. He was a Greek billionaire whom she had met a few years earlier through her sister, Lee. At first, the two were friends, but the relationship turned romantic. Jackie introduced Onassis to her mother and stepfather. They did not approve. Onassis was 23 years older than Jackie, and he was Greek Orthodox, not Catholic. To make matters worse, Bobby did not like Onassis either. Eventually, Jackie's parents were won over by Onassis's kindness, but Bobby's feelings did not change. He was getting ready to run for president and asked Jackie to keep her relationship with Onassis a secret until after the election. Jackie agreed. On June 5, 1968, Bobby Kennedy had just won a primary election in California. This brought him one step closer to becoming the Democratic nominee for president. But after giving a victory speech, he was shot in the head by a man named Sirhan Sirhan. Bobby Kennedy died the next day. Jackie was terrified. Her children's father had been shot and killed. Now their uncle was dead. She no longer felt it was safe for her family to live in the United States. She turned to Onassis, who could provide her with security, both financial and physical. He had private security guards. Jackie found him kind and smart and funny. They had already been discussing marriage, and now she decided this was the right decision. On October 20th, 1968, Jackie married Aristotle Onassis on his private island in Greece. Aristotle's 2 children from a previous marriage, Alexander and Christina, were not there. They objected to the marriage, and so did many Americans. One newspaper headline read, "Jackie, how could you?" Many people felt that Onassis was much too old for Jackie. Others disagreed with Onassis's lifestyle, and still others felt that Jackie was disrespecting her husband's memory by marrying Onassis. Jackie did not move her family to Greece full time. Caroline and John Jr. stayed in New York City to attend school. Jackie spent part of the year in Greece learning about the culture and language. Aristotle, who was known as Ari, lived on his yacht or in his apartment in Paris. At times, he traveled with Jackie to New York. Even with security guards, Jackie was still hounded by the press. Sometimes she wore large, dark sunglasses and a kerchief around her head to try to go unnoticed, but she was usually spotted. And photographers snapped her photos. Americans still wanted to know about Jackie's every move. Then, on January 22, 1973, Alexander Onassis was killed in a plane crash. Devastated by the loss of his son, Ari never truly recovered. He and Jackie spent more and more time apart, and when they were together, Ari did not treat Jackie very well. Sometimes he yelled at her in front of guests. There were rumors about his romances with other women. As always, Jackie kept her emotions to herself. She would never show sadness or anger. On March 15th, Onassis died. 46-year-old Jackie was again a widow.